as we climb up to the mountain of this new journey to show you the very last piece of the puzzle. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, he's finally done it. The hot gold Soul Silver unleashed with Entei on the front, Suicune on the side, and then the legendary Raikou on the very top. And don't forget, Crobat, hot gold Soul Silver unleashed. Bah! I don't know. Welcome back, trainers and collectors. It's your favorite Pokeplumber, flushing out the latest news and the hobby updates. Whether it's breaking leaks, rare finds, or market trends, I got the tools to keep your collection growing and your profits flowing. What's going on, everybody? Let's get it a bit. What's going on? Welcome back, everybody. It's your favorite Pokeplumber. First and foremost, giveaway Heatwave Arena Booster Box. All you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell notification, and then your chance to win a free Heatwave Arena Booster Box. If it's free, it's for me. Woo! I don't know what I'm doing. But we're going to let it ride. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty well myself. You know why I'm in such a good mood? Because all the deals that I had going, buying, selling, trading, they're all done. I owe no one anything. My debts are paid. People's debts are paid towards me. I'm in the clear. And it is time for me to finally just relax. Not sell anything, not buy anything, and relax. I know you've heard me say it before, but I finally have peace of mind. And now I'm going to sit back and finally appreciate what I have achieved after many, 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 many years. People get mad and think I did this in 24 hours. More like since 2018. So you guys do the math. That's 7 years? 7 years I've been doing this. 7 years. I mean, 7 freaking years. And like, I just need it. I need a break for a little bit. I need a break to just focus on me, my family, work, YouTube. And that's peaceful to me. Isn't that crazy? I had so much other stuff going on, and now I could just woosah. It's very exciting. It's very exciting. If you've been living under a rock, you probably haven't heard this news, but it seems like they're about to flood the market with a whole bunch of prismatic ETBs. So people are going to get scared. Woo. Are we going to see $70 ETBs? Maybe. Will we even see $60 ETBs? Maybe. I know they're going to be $50 in store. So that's huge. That's huge news. This is a move in the right direction. It's not like they're giving it to distros so then distro can upcharge the comic shops. They're putting it out there and they're just going to start flooding the market, flooding the market, flooding the market. Like, I don't think you guys understand how big of a step this is. Like, all the people that are hoarding, that are over leveraged, this might be a little bit of a time to panic. A little bit of time to panic. Like, Pokemon can do some crazy stuff in the next 3 to 6 months. By the winter, like the end of November, December, because believe it or not, everyone thinks Christmas time is the busy season. Christmas time isn't the busy season. Your busy season is September, October, November, and then Christmas, that's when people have to buy other people presents. So then the buying for Pokemon tends to slow down. It's been like that forever. So, I mean, this summer was very different. This summer didn't slow down at all. So it might not even slow down during Christmas time. But if Pokemon says here's Paldea Evolved, here's Destined Rivals, here's Journey Together, here's Surging Sparks, here's Mega Evolutions, here's Prismatic Evolutions. I don't know what happens. Everyone just says, okay, let's keep charging these imaginary prices. I don't think so. I don't think it works that way. But what I have been noticing, right, is the uneducated people in the hobby that just have money and they don't even know what's right in front of them. So I was talking to one of my buddies. Um, I won't say his name, but he had a PSA 8 Pokemon Snap Articuno. If you know anything about this card, it is a pop 7. There's only 7 in the world in a PSA 8. And he was walking around Collecticon and he was showing people this card and no one paid any mind of it. And that's like, guys, in this market, it could probably be a $70,000, $80,000 card. But he's showing it to people, no one appreciates it, no one even knows what they're looking at, right? And these are the people that have like Gold Star 10s, right? They have Gold Star 10s at ridiculous numbers, but he's showing it to them this card, and they're like, "Oh, I have my Gold Stars," like acting like it's way better. But like, guys, the Snap Articuno is one of the most rare cards. It is super super neat. If you have time, look it up. It's a Snap Articuno from Pokemon Snap. It was like it's just very 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 rare, right? They never pop up. They never pop up. Most people think that like they threw it away, which is very possible, but people didn't know the significance of this card or how expensive this card was. Another example is when I was buying the Dark Explorers, they valued Black and White base way more than Dark Explorers. That really isn't the case. It's like you have these amazing things in front of you, but you don't understand the value. And there was another example I wanted to hit. I'm trying to think of it. I was talking to my buddy about it. I'm sorry, it just slipped my mind. But this is where I'm going with this. Due to the uneducation of this hobby, right, or so many people that are coming into this hobby with big money, they don't know where to put their money. They don't know the value of things. They don't know the correct value of things, and they're just making up numbers, right? And they're like, "Hey, that box is cool. I have a crud ton of money. Oh, last comp was 28K. Oh, well, I'll give you 50 because I want that box." They're not even going by comps. This is where we're at right now, where comps don't matter they don't matter at all. It's just name your price, name your price, name your price. And then when this keeps happening and you're going, you know, a 10% jump from last comp, 20% last comp, like comps are usually you make a little bit of around comps or a little bit over. Usually people buy 80% below comps, and that's how it's been forever. But now it's like, okay, name your price. My price is here. Name your price. My price is here. Name your price. My price is here. And you're going higher and higher and higher until the levy breaks, and then it just it comes crashing down. Something like this cannot last forever. It's not sustainable. It's not. Yes, a lot of things are drying up. Yes, a lot of things are going crazy. But when you have certain things that are jumping 20%, 30%, 40% in, you know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that's a scary sight. That's usually the faster it goes up, the more faster it goes down. And this is happening more so often with slabs rather than sealed. And the thing with slabs, the pops are always going up, sealed's always going down, if that makes any sense. So just make sure that whatever does happen, you are in the right spot with your pockets, you are the right spot with your collection, you're not over leveraged, and you're ready to withstand the storm. And when something, because I haven't really gotten into too much of raw cards on this channel or slabs on this channel, but I was with my buddy earlier and I was going through all his, you know, PSA slabs, his CGC slabs, and every PSA slab, I sold all my slabs about, not all of them, but I sold 90% of my slabs about a year ago, and I'm looking at his numbers and everything is, you know, even like, I can't even tell you, like the ponchos. The ponchos have reached such a ridiculous amount that like people are going to other people and saying, "Hey, I'll give you this poncho and I'll take it at a percentage." And people don't even want to deal with it because the price has been stretched so high, so thin, right? It's like the manipulation is in front of us in so many accounts and nobody wants to pay attention to that. It's just like with certain items, you have individual, and the thing is, listen, a lot of you guys are catching this manipulation. Like it was like, all right, Generations was here and then it 300 X's in 2 months. Roaring Skies was here, it 400 X's in 2 months. Ancient Origins is here and then it does this. hey, I do believe in Ancient Origins price. There's not that many on the market, but I'm just saying the way it jumped, I didn't like the way it jumped. But I do see in the grand scheme of things, yes, I do think it's a 10K box. But I just don't like how fast these things jump in a 2-3 month span. When things do it in 2-3 month span, it scares me. Like in a 6 month to a year, in a year and a half, 2 years, I like to see that. But some things might stick. Some things might stick. Flashfire, now a 10K box. I didn't like the way Phantom Forces grew. That's why I sold some Phantom Forces. But guess what? Phantom Forces shot up to 10K. I didn't like it. I was scared, and now it's hitting 12, 13. I don't have to like it, but if the market does, the market does. Market sets the prices. Market's not always right. I say that all the time. But right now, it's like when all these things are jumping, how come Fates Collide isn't up there? How come Breakpoint's not up there? How are all these other boxes so much higher? I don't know. I don't know. It just, when a market doesn't make sense to you, you just ride the wave. That's why when markets are bad, you buy. When markets are good, you buy. You just keep buying, and you just keep flip-flopping your money. For me, I said, okay. I said, I'm gonna flip flop my money. I have a lot of XY, I have a lot of Sun and Moon. I'm gonna put it into some vintage because I want to diversify into vintage, and I want my PC to be like exactly how I want it to be, and that's what I did. And then when Sword and Shield goes up, I'll do the same. I'll put Sword and Shield into this, into that, into that. It's very hard for a new person to come into this hobby with no Pokemon product and just straight cash. Unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand just to put in the Pokemon. If you don't have any existing Pokemon to trade, to sell, this market is probably miserable for you. And I feel you, because like when I got into this hobby, I couldn't even afford, a $3,000 base set booster boxes. I have so many people like, oh, you do this, you do that. But guys, you have to understand that I started very small. I was buying, $80 Ultra Prism box. I think my biggest purchase was like a $300 Platinum Arceus box. Yes, it's Arceus. That was like my biggest purchase. And I couldn't afford a $3,000 base set booster box. I just couldn't. And then I remember after the Arceus box, a little bit of time, my next biggest box was the Dark Explorers. And I saved up for, I think it was like 2 months, and I ended up buying a Dark Explorers box for $800. $800, guys. So you can't come into this and just say, okay, I'm going to go buy a $4,000 Roaring Skies box. I'm not going to buy a $6,000 Ancient Origins box. Like, that's very hard to do. For the newcomers, if I come in here, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to get freaky, and I'm going to buy a $500, Brilliant Stars box. Like, that's the equivalent I can put it. Like, that's somewhat affordable. Like, that's why I've been pushing Sword and Shield, because it's older, and it can tip way faster than Scarlet and Violet's going to tip, and it just makes so much more sense. If you want the ETBs, Crown Zenith, they're still sub $200. So it's like, those are the things I would be focusing on if I got into this hobby and I didn't have anything to trade. I didn't have a crazy capital to spend. Like, that's what makes sense to me. Everyone just thinks it happens overnight, but no. And that's part of the journey, and that's part of the fun, is the wheeling, the dealing, the buying stuff. Like, I remember getting my first acrylic to put on a booster box. And I remember I sat it on this shelf. I had like a Dragon Ball Z. I had Vegeta SH Figure Arts action figure. I had like an Ultra Prism box. I had like a Breakpoint, an Ancient Origin. And I remember I had like my Dragon Ball Z figures set to the side of it. Like, that was so cool to me. Like, it was so cool. I had like the little SH Fig Arts in like a little acrylic case, and then I had like my Pokemon booster boxes in acrylic cases. And I was like, man, I got like $2,500 in Pokemon. And like, that's what you have to do. You can't compare to everybody else. Go at your own pace and enjoy it. But at the same time, in a market like this, you watch your ass. You just watch it. You never know. Ancient Origins can go up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11K and never turn back. And we'll never see it lower that again. Like, some of these Diamond and Pearl boxes right now, they've jumped, but you never know. I don't know if they're going to go back down. It kind of happened with vintage. Like, we never saw a Gym Heroes box go back to $2,000. We never saw a Team Rocket box go down to $2,000. We didn't see a Jungle box go down to $1,500. Do you see what I'm saying? So even though we're going to hit these all-time highs, even if it dips, we might not ever see the old pricing again. And that's just how markets work. Just right now you have to pace yourself. I did and this is how I know the market doesn't make sense. This is how I know the market doesn't make sense. All this vintage I just bought, I can sell every box that I bought for a profit already. I've been on this journey like hardcore in the vintage. I think it was, I want to say like February, March, I started getting like back into the vintage. Like, that's what doesn't make sense to me. I bought a Stormfront box for $7,000. I could probably sell it right now between 18 to 22. That's scary. Do I think Stormfront will drop back down to 7? I don't. Maybe 10, maybe 12. That's what happens. Dragons Exalted. Dragons Exalted, last year I sold Nick PokeRev. I sold him a box of Dragons Exalted for $3,000. And at the time, that was a little bit higher, right? But he paid fair, and he bought a Legendary Treasures box. I think I sold them both of them for $5,800. Legendary Treasures now $14K. Dragons Exalted $13K. You have to be careful, because last time in the COVID boom, Dragons Exalted shot up, and then it went back down to $2,000. Like, people think it can't happen, but it has. It has in the past. Just Sword and Shield. Some Scarlet and Violet. 151 Ultimate Cheat Code. Evolving Skies, not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's just not. This is just a bring you back down to earth video. Have fun while you're doing it. But that's, guys, the best part of the hobby for me was when everything was down and I was guessing what was going to go up, what was going to do this, what was going to do that. Not you sit here and everything goes up and you're like, all right, am I going to pick this because it's going to go up even more than this? No, that was like part of it. And like, now you have to find new things to make a part of it. Like, I'm not saying that like I'm bored, but like this stuff is getting so expensive that maybe now like I will focus on, stuff like this. Focus on the advertisement stuff, because I love Pokemon. I want to be a part of it, but I don't want to trade and sell any more of the Sword and Shield XY Sun and Moon that I have. I'm done. I'm done. Now I just want to sit back, enjoy my collection, and be able to buy stuff for cheaper. And I want it to be Pokemon stuff, so I'll start doing stuff that nobody's looking at. Will it do as well as booster boxes? Probably not. But right now, you got to be careful, because it's just like things are getting so priced out. It's just not sustainable. Fusion Strike is going to be a $1,500 box. When? My guess is, if the market stays this way, December 2025. For everyone's favorite segment of the day, Pokemon pronunciation of the day. And being how we are ending with the Scarlet and Violet era for good, we might as well hit on this legendary Paradox Pokemon. This is Miraidon. Miraidon. Say it with me. Miraidon. This seems to be the Iron Serpent mentioned in an old book. The Iron Serpent is said to have turned the land to ash with its lightning. Miraidon. Miraidon. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys are the very best.